Lancez des choses. Chien stupide. Mètre 52. Porte de voiture. Chienne. Herbe. Palmeul. Contagieux. Chienne. Contagieux. Palmeul. Frappe. Pierre. Bonjour.
Thank you. I don't know what to say. But hey, I guess we're gonna find out. Roll the intro.
Tap House.
Hi guys, welcome to Tap House, where we rate beers and you rate us. And today we got a beer from the Deschutes Brewing Company. Honestly, I don't know if I said that right, but let's get into this beer. It's the limited release Black BUTTE Imperial Porter brewed with coffee, vanilla, nutmeg, and orange peel, aged in rum barrels. It is very, very strong, but let's look at the back here, what the beer says. In the celebration of our 32nd anniversary, this year's Imperial Porter was aged in Colombian rum barrels, infused with cold brew coffee and spiced with nutmeg, vanilla bean, and sweet orange peel. Now this beer, it is 13.4%. So I'm excited to try this. I have my palate is cleansed, so there's nothing in my mouth. It's just straight up saliva. This sounds weird, right? But the can itself, it reminds me of a peanut butter. I remember I told Kay that this beer here is called Black BUTTE, Roman numeral 32. I knew that one. I got that one. Yeah, 32 anniversary, obviously. And it's simple, beautiful, and time for the winter that's coming up. Hopefully in a couple of months. If not, global warming will kick us. Whatever that happens. But let's go ahead and just go into the beer review or the pour first. So remember, if you don't have a can opener, because I left mine outside, use your keys. A little flip of the key, and you're good to go. As you can tell, the scenery in the background is much more different. Kind of want to make it a chill vibe, you know what I'm saying? Something relaxing. But let's go ahead and go into the pour. I suspect that this beer is going to be legit dark as hell. Like no see-through. So let's go ahead and get into that. The pour, for the first time, is coming out amazing. I can smell it from this far away. And I'm very... God, I am excited to taste this beer. I've been having this beer in my fridge for about 2 weeks now, and I just been figuring out how to do a commercial for it, and I couldn't come up with anything other than the intro that I got today. Well, actually, the intro that I did earlier on the beginning of the video. But it has a small head, which is not too bad for a stout. I think this is perfect head for me, if I do say so myself. The aroma, you could tell, is bitter. You can see by the smell, you could tell this beer is gonna have a bitter taste. But that's not a bad thing. I enjoy a bitter taste. If anything, bring it on. Give me the strongest kick you could possibly give to me, because god dang it, if it's not strong, I don't want it. The texture, it's a little bubbles inside, so it's carbonated well. I mean, I don't know about carbonation, but it looks like a Coca-Cola. Like legit looks like a Coca-Cola. I don't know if you can tell viewers. Put it right here real quick so you can see how dark it is. Even the light doesn't shine through it. So that's pretty dope. But let's go ahead and try this son of a gun. Cheers. I dripped it all over my legs. Oh god. It has a nice smooth texture. And also a nice smooth flavor. Surprisingly surprised. Expected much more bitterness, but for a 13.4% alcohol beer, it's fairly easy to drink. It's kind of it has a bitterness to it, but it's not in the beginning. It's the bitterness, it starts from beginning to end, but it's not what you expect bitterness to be. It's easily drinkable, I believe, for Imperial Stout. It's very smooth, and the taste lingers in your top of your roof of the mouth and on top of your tongue. So it feels like a mixture of flavors, like just like recycling itself in your mouth, and that's very good. I enjoy that a lot. I don't normally, when I drink an Imperial Stout, I usually have this ucky face, this it's so strong. But for some reason, this one is giving me this chill. It's giving me a chill vibe, and I like that about this beer. This beer means serious business, but also playfulness, I believe, in some ways. I like it a lot. This is fucking great. Sorry for the F-bomb, but damn. And if you drink this beer with no food, imagine drinking a whiskey, right? And that taste of a whiskey aftertaste, whenever it just lingers down your stomach and it just stays there. That's how I feel right now with this beer. So it is a good beer for the cold. Now, if you drink it in the summertime or a little bit lingering after summertime, then it's still fine. It's doable. Mostly, I would suggest you sip it because it's very bitter in a way that if you chug it, it's gonna hit you fast. This 4-pack worth it is $20, and it is pretty good price for Imperial Stout, especially since it's a limited release. A lot of limited releases only have 2 cans. We're a bomber. Now it just depends on the brewery how they prefer it, but this is for what they're giving you. It's a good price, especially since it's a limited release again. I was looking at this beer on the website to see if they have it. They don't even have it on their website. So this is fairly new. I literally, like I said, I got this 2 weeks ago. I've been savoring it for a time that I wanted to do it. And I was like, you know what? I want it to be relaxing, kind of mid-chillness tone to it, because this is what this beer is. It's more for like conversational starter, like, hey, you want to drink something more with flavor, but it also has a kick to it, but you could also enjoy it. I think this is what it is, So I decided to make the scenery behind me more chill. Obviously, I think I'm gonna keep this because it's more relaxing this way. Come on, a fire. Who doesn't love a fire, right? Shoot. But I had to lose my boomer guy, so I decided to do all this on my own. But I honestly believe that again, if I'm saying it wrong, please correct me. But the Deschutes Brewing Company, or Deschutes, I'm not too sure. But again, I'm just gonna say this black boot, the way they designed the can itself, I love it. It's just like, I love the cap, the dark black cap on top. I don't know what it is about it. It just seems elegant to me, and it goes with the premise of black BUTTE. Again, I don't know if I'm saying the BUTTE right or wrong. BUTTE. I was trying to look it up to see what it meant, but I really want to drink this beer, and I didn't want it to be any longer, to wait for it any longer. So I decided to go for it and say, you know what, I want this beer now. Other than that, I suggest, if you can, I'll put this in the front again because it looks awesome. This beer, for what it is, it's absolutely good. I think it's a yay for the Tap House podcast. Oh, sorry, Tap House Beer Reviews podcast is coming later on again. It's gonna come back, but in a more audio version of it. No more videos, except the beer reviews. But I digress. I suggest, if you want to, I would recommend trying these beers. This is an recommendation. Again, a lot of our people on our podcast have different palates. Now, I love the dark bitterness. So for anybody out there who enjoys bitterness and dark and flavorful beers, this one is a recommendation for me. Other than that, again, the Deschutes Brewing Company, I believe you are awesome, and I thank you for making this beer. Tip to the hat for y'all here in Texas. And I also think that Bust out more limited releases. You know what? Don't even make it 13.4%. Make that bitch 20%. I want a beer that's like flavorful. I feel like you could do it. I feel like you can make a 20% alcohol beer and make it taste good as hell. I mean, that's my wishful thinking. But if not, hey, at least you try. That's all good. Because like I said, the strongest beer I think I ever had was 16%. I want to try something stronger than that. But I might enjoy this in my lingering time. Again, Deschutes. I don't know if you can see it. Beautiful can. I love this can. The packaging is also simplistic but bold because I love the text. I am a graphic designer. Well, I'm trying to be. So it's simplistic but in a good way. Again, here's a can. Here's the bottle of the beer. I am gonna chug that. I mean, I would go ahead and be on the. I wish I could just talk and drink it with you. Y'all want me to talk and drink with y'all? You know what? I'm gonna talk and drink with y'all. I'm gonna make this a podcast, a mini cast. You know, a little mini cast. But yeah. Well, thank you. That's been the beer review for the beer review. If you stay longer, I'll tell you about the whole podcast stuff. So. Updates to the podcast. I am going to do it, but when it comes to the beer reviews, I'm going to keep the video and I'm going to keep them simplistic. I mean, I'm going to keep it like where I could do artistic stuff with it. That's kind of my idea. I love doing it. It's not hard or complicated, but the reason I'm saying that the podcast is going to be audio version only is because it gives me time to research things that I want to talk about. It also gives me comfortability towards me and my guests, whoever comes on. So we won't have to worry about, oh, look at the camera. No, we can actually focus on each other and on the mic. Obviously, if it does get to a point where it does grow bigger and I'm able to afford a camera that's like legit badass, then yeah, I will start recording again. But there's no reason why to record it. But I want to start on it again. I feel like I'm in a better stage where I am in my life. But the reason why I'm saying that it's going to be only audio version is because I'm starting online school eventually. So I need to get my ass together and finish school. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And that's the reason why I don't want to waste too much time editing audio that's like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours long. Because I have a dinosaur computer and it's a process where I take hours. Like, I mean, I'm not saying hours, right? I'm saying like days for it to render, especially since it's like trying to go HD or 4K. I did record 4K, but for some reason it just, it goes down to HD or 1080p. And I don't want to waste time on the podcast when it comes to the video version, because the audio itself will speak for itself, And the beer reviews, though, I think it should be in video format. Because, I mean, I think you should see the beers, the color, the texture, and you should see the bottle and the packaging. I think for me, that's more of a like importance. And so I could show you my facial reaction if you think, oh, he's lying about the taste or the how it goes. Like, I want to be 100% upfront about it. If I don't like it, I don't. Things like that. Because when I drink a beer on the reviews, and usually on the podcast, it's going to be whenever I have a guest, they're going to come and join me here with the beer reviews in this format. It's going to be the first time I ever drink it on live. So it's not like, oh, I drank it beforehand, I'm just going to give you my opinion about that. No, it's like literally I'm drinking it in the moment in front of you live. Oh, technically recording, but so that's the thing I'm going to do. This is going to stick. It's not difficult to edit. It's fun actually to edit it. It gets me out of my comfort zone. But when it comes to the podcast, it will come back eventually. I feel like I'm in a better mindset. It's not the fact that I was burnt out on the podcast or like the fact that it was hard to edit. I mean, it is with the fucking basic computer, but it was more of a mental outside of the podcast. I wasn't focused. Everything that I did that I enjoyed wasn't fun for me no more. But eventually it became overwhelming where I couldn't even get out of bed, or I didn't want to do shit. I didn't want to talk to nobody. I was isolating myself from everyone. I was becoming an introvert way more than I suspected that I wanted to be. I mean, I am in some ways, but I'm not. I'm more of an extrovert than anything. So, like, our school, podcasting, editing, everything became just like, I don't want to fucking do it. I got tired of it. It became a hassle for me, and I decided, like, you know what, I can't handle it. Like, it's just not even fun for me no more. I don't see the enjoyment in it. Obviously it's fun, but like in that moment I felt like I couldn't do shit, you know? So I had to force myself to like get out of that mindset, get out of the inner dialogue in my head of like what's kind of pulling me down. And I first started off working out. I started off kind of like doing some meditation, also, you know, going into some other like outlets, you know. So I kind of looked up stoicism, and you know, I don't want to blame others for what my faults are, and I want to live in the moment kind of situation. So that, I mean obviously the stoicism has 4 pillars, and obviously it's like self-control. Yeah, I forgot the rest. But I was trying to live by that, and being a better friend, being a better brother, being a better coworker. Like, I'm just little by little, I'm stacking up to get to the level where I feel fulfilled, and I feel like I could do the podcast in the right way, not in a depressing way, because yeah, COVID also kind of fucks it up. But in the same way, I kind of want to just, you know, I just want to do better for the podcast, but basically the main thing, the reason I'm saying about all this is because I'm going to focus 100% more on the school. The podcast, whenever I finish like homework, whenever I finish classes, I'm going to, whatever time I have left over, I'm going to do the podcast. For me, I think the content will still be as good for me, you know, because I've done it before while going to school, you know. So, but this is full time now. The only difference is that I guess single. But I think it's going to be entirely fun. And I think I'm going to keep the commercials like how I did before, just a beer review with my co-host who I have at the moment, and then go into the podcast. And at least then in the podcast, we could like be comfortable and not worry about the camera. I'm going along for a long time, but it's been a while since I kind of talked to y'all. I'm debating if I should keep this in a video format or have it also in the podcast, like on the on my SoundCloud and iTunes and things like that. But I've put so much investment in this podcast for almost 3 years now. I wasted so much money on beer, like a lot. I think at least $1,000 on beer. I mean, it's been like 104 episodes. I'm not sure exactly where I'm at, but those beers aren't cheap, you know. They're fucking like $15 to $20 each. I want to get the most creative beers and the most iconic beers or unique beers I could possibly find. And obviously most of the time I'm drunk sometimes, because there's beers that are strong, you know. It's like, wow, shit, you know. Yeah, it's been fun. Like, honestly, it's been a roller coaster. There's been some ups and downs. There's been some learning process, especially in the podcast stuff that I had for the first time I had to edit myself because I said some specific things that I shouldn't say. But I'm learning as I go through it. Obviously all this is on my own. I have also, I mean, not obviously on my own, but I have help from my friends that support me throughout this whole, you know, career that's kind of like unknown for myself. Like, I mean, obviously Joe Rogan has like the biggest podcast in the world, and like he gets paid more than any content creator right now. Oh, who knows? But he gets paid a fuck ton for the podcast. But I'm not trying to be him. I'm trying to be my own person. And I love beer. And if you love beer and you love beer reviews, I'm here. I'm a chill dude. I'm open to working with any other podcast. I haven't before in the past, because I don't want to like use anybody else to get higher. But if you are a podcaster and you're in the area or somehow, because I don't Skype, but if you're in the Texas area, I wouldn't mind podcasting with you drinking a beer. Or if you want to come jump on mine and you're like lower than me, I doubt you're lower than me. I'm sure everybody's higher than me, but I wouldn't mind collaborating. It's been a scary situation. It's been a scary thing that I haven't tried, but I wouldn't mind reaching out, collaborating with other podcasts. I think it needs to be done, but I don't want to do it where like, oh, I promote my shit. I was like, no, I kind of just want to have the experience of it. So like I said, this became a mini podcast episode. I apologize. The beer review obviously is going to go out. But if you're sticking around this long, like, honestly, well, I haven't drank the beer a lot because it's a sipping beer. It's a really goddamn good beer. But I mean, if you feel like this is a type of podcast you want to see, like for me by myself recording in this format, it's easy because for me I love it. Like I don't have to really like make facial expressions or zoom in, zoom out, because it's just intimate right here. I could do this and not really like edit. All I gotta do is just color correction and that's it, done. It's out. The beer review has to be a little bit different because the intro, like commercials that I do for it, quote unquote commercials, is more parody than anything. Those are just for creative purposes that I like to do. But yeah, I don't know. I'm enjoying this. Like I feel a little different. I feel much better. I feel more alive. I feel like I have more control of my own life right now. Thanks to my family and friends who kind of supported me, especially since I've been like down as fuck. My roommate, my best friend, like I'm glad that he was here because I know sometimes it could be like hard loving on me, like tough love on me, but he means well, and I needed that, and my sister too as well, tough love. She told me I need to get my ass together, and I'm gonna do it. I need to. And my puppies, my 2 little girls that I have, I'm making sure they have a better life too as well, because they don't. I mean, puppies don't love a fucking owner that's down as hell, Like he don't want to do shit. He doesn't want to take the puppies out. Like right now, like every day I take my puppies out to go run for 3 miles. I play with them. Right now they're in the closet since they bark a lot and they've chewed on the cables, but that's the only time I probably like separate myself from them. But I love Hato and Gigi. They're amazing. By the way, I named my puppy Hato because of PewDiePie. When he says Hato, I think it's bye, goodbye in Swedish. But I thought it was cute, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna name my dog Hato, and it's a girl. So I don't know, it's guy or girl. It sounds the same for me. I feel like this became the first podcast back. Yeah, maybe it did. I don't know how many minutes it is, but I miss y'all. I fucking miss y'all. You know what? I'm gonna put this on the SoundCloud. I'm not gonna say the episode's back, podcast is back, but I'm gonna say that the fact that, hey, I haven't forgot about y'all. Like I looked through the whole, I looked through the activity, or how you call it, what is that word I'm looking for again? I looked through the statistics of who's listening and whatnot, and surprisingly, people are still listening to the podcast, which I appreciate those who are listening. I was a douchebag at the last couple. I was a douchebag on the last couple episodes, and I apologize for that. But like I said, like I wasn't in the right place, and I wasn't in the right state of mind, and I apologize for that. And I have consistently I still need to apologize to more people, because I'm not that person that just kind of pushes people away, but I feel like I've done that in the past couple of months, and for all the wrong reasons, it's just difficult. Like I've never been in this situation, and it's all new to me, and I'm just learning as I go, and it just sucks that the podcast kind of had to take a step back because of my mental health. But I mean, the honest truth is I was depressed. I was literally depressed. I think every day at one point I was crying, and it wasn't fun. The only reason why I cried was because I didn't want to hold my emotions in and bundle it up. I needed to let it go. And every morning I'll wake up crying. Every night I'll go to sleep crying. It wasn't fun. Now I take melatonin. I don't know if that. It helps me sleep, but because I have a lot of my thoughts. I'm the type of person that has inner dialogues all the time. My mind's always talking about, okay, this and this and that, and the future, the past. That's the only reason why I kind of took stoicism, because they don't worry about the future or they don't worry about the past. They worry about the present. Obviously all of us should do that, and obviously you should plan ahead for your future, what you want to do. But at the same time, plan ahead as much as you can where you have control of it rather than you don't have control of it. Like for example, if you have a job interview, right? You don't want to worry about if you get hired or not. You want to worry about what you could do in the moment, like prepare for it. What are your strong points, or I guess what's your how you call it? like what are you good at kind of situation. What are your what can you do for that job? Don't worry about if you don't get the job or if you do get the job. Just worry about what you could do to be a better person for them to hire you, I guess, in that sense. So it just became a habit where, like, you know what, and the reason why it kind of intrigued me because, I mean, obviously, like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but the reason why how I found stoicism is because of Jacksepticeye. And I looked it up, and I was like, you know what, like, I shouldn't blame others for my faults, and I shouldn't blame others for my anger. I should take control of it, and I should look forward into positivity. You know, like if it, who was it? Somebody looked on TED Talk. Somebody was talking about it. One of this a superhero that does stoicism, or I guess relates to it, is one of my favorite superheroes, Spider-Man. With great responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. You know. So I don't know. For me, like, that kind of helped me out to, like, get the hell out of my own comfort zone, get the fuck out of my whole, oh, I wish I did better, or oh, I blame this person, this and that. Like, no, like, it's all in me. I accept it, move forward, and just stick in the moment, and, you know, enjoy what you have, enjoy what's going right in your life. And that's why I decided that, like, this whole past couple weeks, like, I've been more talkative to my friends. I've been more talkative to my family. Today is my little sister's birthday. Congratulations, happy birthday. I can't say your full name, but Rockaline. Happy birthday to you. I love you. If you see this video, you're an awesome person. You're another person who helped me out through this whole depression. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. I miss y'all. I really do. I love talking to y'all because I love talking to the world, or whoever needs help, or whoever just wants to bullshit, or whoever lives a life of, like, sin now when they were young. Because, like I said, I started partying and drinking when I was, like, fucking 14. So, like, I'm in the age where, like, I don't give a shit. I just want to have fun, enjoy myself, but responsibly, you know? Back then, I didn't give two shits. My life was like, hey, if I die, I die. But nah. I mean, well, that's one thing about stoicism is, like, everybody dies eventually. So why not take the opportunity to do what you love and push it off? Like, eventually you're gonna die, so you want to try to do that as much as possible. That was kind of a morbid thought. Ow. Holy shit, I'm doing a podcast. The first podcast back. Okay, it's a mini cast, okay? So it will not last more than 30 minutes. I don't know how long it has been. Let me check real quick. Give me un momento. Get out the way. Okay. I have at least 10 minutes. I'm going to finish this beer. God, this beer is just good. Like, sipping it. I still have to go to my sister's house, my mom's house, and celebrate my sister's birthday, tell her happy birthday. By the way, I don't know if you can see this, but this is Floflorico. Am I saying it right? Mexican tradition. This table, my mom painted all pink, but it has, like, a Mexican heritage on it, which is fucking awesome. Right here has Floflorico, which is like the Mexican dance. Also here has it, but it has a Mayan triangle. And right here has Kentucky Pioneer old style sour mash hecho en Mexico, straight bourbon. I don't know what that is. I'm curious to see what the hell that is. Kentucky Pioneer. It's from Distillado en Embotellado por DW Distillery Company, San Antonio, City Juarez, Chile, Mexico. 4 out of 5 quarts, whatever, litro. And then over here it has a Mayan, like money for the Mayan, 210. It has a lot of shit in here. Like, this is like heritage. This is like history. And over here, I don't know if you can't see it in this side, but it has like all like the vegetables that people buy in the like at a flea market. And right here in the middle, right here, you can tell, but it's a big ass fucking bull with horns. And it's glossed over, like if you put a mash of pictures together and just like laminated it, but it's like glossy. And this table, my mom was gonna throw it away. Well, she painted it pink at first, and I had to scratch everything off because I was like, this is a perfect table for a podcast. But this table right here is full fucking 100% Mexicano. No bullshit. I fucking love this table. It's like this table has been in my family since I was a kid. I fucking flipped this table over at one point. It's fucking heavy as hell, cause like this is all wood. I could take a picture of it one day and show you on my Instagram, which is Tap House Podcast, obviously. Fucking love it. I don't know. Anyways, I'm talking a lot. But it's because I miss y'all. I miss all of y'all. God, like I love talking out loud. And like I said, recording with this beautiful scenario. I guess I gotta link this video on the podcast because we're on the video on YouTube. Because they recorded this on 4K and it looks fucking amazing. Kay says it looks fast, but I think the fire looks fine. Look at that. Look at that fire. Look, if you have a light in the background where it looks like a spire, but it's my light. If anybody asks about that painting over there, when two givers indulge and the connection, it's magic. It's alchemy. I'll water you, you water me. Whenever we never drain each other. We just grow. That painting means a lot to me. And every podcast, every beer review, every Twitch stream that I do, that's always with me because it means a lot to me. And yeah. Yeah. Let me drink this beer real quick. Woo. That's one beer. And it felt good. I want to drink another beer, but I have to go to my parents' house. And my puppies have to go with me because they have their sisters over there. Anyways, I appreciate y'all coming to me. Well, I appreciate I ain't buzzed. I probably had to chill. But I appreciate y'all coming out and looking at the video. And for those who are still listening, I appreciate y'all for staying and hearing what's going on. I really miss y'all. I want to come back to podcasts because it was something that I could talk to the world about, you know, and I enjoy it like I do, and I think I'm gonna keep it this way. Like I might if the video is just this and me, I'm gonna record it. But if it's like a co-host or a guest, I'm not gonna record it because I want them to feel as comfortable as possible. So I appreciate y'all for sticking around. The beer again, Deschutes Brewing Company Black BUTTE Imperial Stout Porter. It's an Imperial Porter, not a stout. Oh shit! Did I fuck that up? It's a Imperial. Oh, it's not a stout. Oh, it's a porter. Wow. Edit. It's a porter. Fuck. Okay, it's a porter. Wow, it's a porter. That is. Imperial Porter. Oh my gosh, that's a big mistake. I'm gonna put a text on top. Jesus Christ, that's a lot. I mean, wow, for a porter, Jesus Christ, this is amazing. Anyways, I love y'all. Take care of each other. If you need someone to talk to, reach out to me. I would love to talk to you. Anyways, this has been the Tap House. Cheers. Bye.